she's just a character, right? Or is she a spy? Is she haunted? Multiple personalities. Maybe an exceptional actress caught in a role she didn't audition for. But here's the twist. What if her game is actually yours? Every scene, every word, every glitch you ignore, that's all a clue. There are no coincidences, and nothing here is ever random. If you haven't figured it out yet, ask yourself why not. Start paying attention to what triggers you, because that might be the exact thing you've been missing. Welcome to the game. I don't even know if I don't think I can post this one, I guess. Not yet anyways. Because I definitely need more creative people to help me with the message. Is my Georgie boat distracting?
The backgrounds that you're in. So one golden rule is you always have 3% of your audience.
How else will I get them in the sewer if I don't have a boat though?
And be interactive.
It's natural whenever like the technology breaks that I just want to blame Bill Gates anyway. So 3 less pricks in Gotham City. I think the guy that did it, it's a hero. It's kind of a perfect day if that works out that way. But I think you need more clarification on things because they're at the point where you need more belief. So that said, my twin, but who's wanting to stay there and live within him, that I haven't worked out yet. Female-wise, I know. In this world, you guys have to work that out, but I'm talking spirit-wise. My daughter, number 23, Michael, like everything's a competition, and this is one that you had to lose. You had to lose in order to win, which you don't like. Number 23, but I don't know who is wanting to stay with you on different things. There's something that's still missing. So I said, when something's still missing, what does it mean? Oprah Rosa Parks told me that she wanted to stay with you and you were okay with that. So we'll leave that there. Keanu Reeves was Buddha. It was actually those things because he was sick of sitting around on the hill and not, just living in his head. So we didn't want to do that anymore. He was ready to kick some ass, so he liked your roles and he liked your things. However, it's time, honey. It's time, honey, that you started, you're not meant to live alone. Well, I'd have to get the script somehow because, realistically, I can't be making this shit up because, let's be realistic, it's way too fucking far gone. And I can't be fucking possessed by some devil because that shit's fucked up and that's not real. Or, the God thing, because God's not real, right? Because that whole afterlife and believing in something higher than yourself, that's hokey full of shit, right? I would want some evidence on that. So the only possibility is that the scripts are being sent to me. Well, how do I get them, right? That would be the only thing. That's not the way you were meant to live. So this whole, nobody, the men weren't able to be the romantic men they needed to be, and because they wanted to be with women that were strong enough to be able to handle them, but then they shut down because when women become so easy, you shut down, and then the ones that you really want, those women don't seem to be open to any romantic things because they just hated men anyway, so they don't, when you're on their level and those different things, they don't think you're ever going to really love them and be faithful and honest and loving, because let's face it, a lot of guys, women too, but have really fucked up this romance thing. So I'm going to put this on you to start fixing it because you're not meant to be alone, sweetheart. So there was kind of a debate with some different things. Albie's always, around with this fucking shit and, he's going back and forth with Bill and all these different things, but he decided to stay with Zuckerberg because that's where the family representation had because of Steve and his relationship with his daughter, which he didn't know how to be a father, and he knows he was an asshole. He was obsessed with what he was obsessed with. He's found and seen his success, but now he gets to choose where he wants to be, and he wants to be with a family. And that representation, he'll be able to see his daughter and everything else too, but he wants that, and that's why he's, he wanted to stay with Bill because of the things they originally started and those beliefs. Oh my goddess. And how things are and work, obviously. We are gods, and we're all gods, and connect in different ways, and we all have those, but it's like, why is somebody staying or whatever they're doing? And it had to be enough power and not misuse of power in those different things. And here I'm a scientist, apparently. Wants to stay with Elena because she created that, and she's been coaching me from the beginning from a female perspective, and I've had many other coaches and different things, but it's different roles. So Mel, Robin's as a mother role, and then but the relationship too, like it's separate in some ways because I'm a family over here and we're a family over here. However, Tony and Sage took me in and adopted me too as the together family, and this is where understand like step parents and family and blah 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 blah. That's why this is this is for the misfits, why we're looking for the families that'll take us in and be there for each other and support each other and know back and forth who those people are to us. So Elena and Grant and are my aunt and my uncle who have represented those things and helped me along the way in many ways. No, people, not wondering. See, this is a pimp jacket. Pimp, not prostitute, bitch. Right? Mary's fucking taking a stand. Which have been, huge, but I can't, the actual, we're staying with Grant. I haven't worked that out yet, but I'm going to go back to that. Early in the beginning, Dwayne The Rock and YT's, Kevin and all of that so easily. Was because I had to find people that I was really comfortable with, that I knew, and those comedians that were that could take a joke and laugh at themselves also, but comedians are hurting the most, right? And because you get so much fame and fortune and you help so many people along the way, and then you go, wait a minute, who's helping me? Because you get lost in it. And Kevin, Dwayne loves you very much, and he's very much a brother to me, just like to you, and that's why he really is real life Hercules. And so, Mel, like I said, I know as a mother, but I feel like the goddesses and stuff in here, and obviously, as we're building, I haven't worked out I have a lot of Athena. And in an ironic way, you're your own problem. No, I'm going to make my problems your problems because I'm you. So the key is that you can't post anything live, because if you post it live, then they say you're crazy. So you can't do that, especially if you're tagging like all these comedy shows. Then they still think you're crazy, like you're some weird stocky fan. So that's how you have to hide it, so they think that. So the next thing that you have to do is that I got the award. However, it's the ultimate one, so you don't want to give away any tips. You have to keep that like on the lowest of the lows, like on the down low, but it'll come out in here. But I haven't. It hasn't settled just yet. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. How did we get that going? I need my directors, right? And I haven't figured out why they're wanting to stay there. So as a brother to me, and then the families that we bring in, just like said, so we did that. And Stephen King being a father to me, obviously from the beginning, and he saved, like, that's what we are, doing the real life stand. And that's why, when I was raped and abused and all of that, my stepfather was obsessed with Stephen King, and that brought in a different element. And thank God for Rob Lowe saving my life that way, and the belief in that deaf kid, that character was a real character to me, because that was somebody I adapted as somebody who would save me, and in this lifetime and in this world did. So that's how we are family and connected. So Tom and Ron obviously taking a big part in this, Da Vinci Code type of thing to find Mary was are a big part of my family, and obviously their wives and everybody else that represents that. But so Da Vinci has a big part in where he and how he communicates.
Can't go around getting in fights. It's not good.
To them, and what they've seen and what they've been able to create, and how these kind of things work out. Michelle was here in the beginning for me as a sister, because the amount of love that Barack has given the world and helped, and how great of a father and how great of a husband and all of that has been. But somebody needed to be there truly for him. She's been one of my 3 angels to truly resurrect Abraham Lincoln, so he could actually come alive for real. Snoop, you are definitely one of my brothers. Eminem, you're a brother. Dr. Dre, there's so many components in this, and like I said, just because your names aren't here, I'm just having to work through the different things, and obviously where people are going and why. Jack. There's more to it than just Bruce, but Bruce loves being with you.
I'm just talking on the phone. Yeah. Shh. I'm just talking on the phone. Shh.
And obviously Dan Locke, you've had a great role in that, and finding you and listening to your things, because you helped bring in Jack and Bruce, and that's where all of that kind of connection goes to. So Stephen King, Alfred Hitchcock, who wants to always stay in you, obviously, and live in you. Leonardo DiCaprio, when you realize you're actually my grandfather and you got some shit to do, and that's why I can tell you off now, because I love you, and you're not meant to be alone, and being a child actor would be very confusing, especially when you have everyone loving you, and you want to help the world, and you want to do these things. Well, you are, and you know whose team you're on now, so it's time you find you see who really loves you in the way that you need to be loved.
How many times do I have to answer the same question? I get asked a lot, am I single? Yes, I'm single. However, my mission to do what I need to do is more important than anything else. And I believe that when I get through that, the right person will be there for me. So that's why I don't put myself out there to date anyone or anything. It's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to save my kids. That's more important than anything else right now. That's why I've sacrificed myself for them, because that's what a mother does.
This woman is given so much love to the world, and she deserves her goddess standpoint. That's why the girls crush that, for sure. Right? I know the day, I married her, I know that, it's a weird, they're my wives in different, in all these ways, but in this world, my actual husband is somebody else. But like I said, I'm okay with all of this, whatever needs to be done to save the world. I don't really give a shit, because like I said, I'll act for free all day long, so I'm not an actor. Well, my grandma.
Well, stupid girls, guys. I don't actually know what I'm doing, so it's very concerning that you put me in charge. So the game has been to find the first funnel, but the first funnel doesn't exist yet because we've been fucked around a bit. So we had to take some side steps, so we had to do a couple other things first. So it's been a fucking runaround. I'd like to just get the hell out of here, quite frankly, but everybody's been fucking around and everybody needs credit, and it's just been getting fully out of hand.
Totally nuts. My ribs, she's having to conduct this, and we've had an exceptional relationship, and being raised by my grandfather is what connected me to the grandfather that I needed to have in these lives, and the way that it needed to kind of work out and go. So my science geek family, Elon, that's why we said we had to, park that spaceship for a while. Jeff, we're on here, but I can't figure out who, because you came close to me, and obviously a major part of it in our geek science family, but I haven't figured out who wants to stay with you. So that was kind of where I was kind of in trying to piece things together. My own husband in this life now, who that is, and who wants to be with him, and that's why it's a different role, and he has a different direction and different things that'll work out into play. And that's what I said, there's a lot of characters on here right now. Arnold, who wants to stay with and go, and why we're doing that, and where that comes from. But
Okay, that I have to say, I do love this shit.
Steve McQueen wanted to, his mom named him after Steve McQueen for a reason, right? And then I think, okay, Viola Davis, and then the attachment to that and how incredible she's been, and then what that's represented. So like I said, don't get caught up if your name's not on here. It's not how it works. Like Walt Disney's name's not on here, and he's been a major player, so because he's just himself. Where he wants to go, maybe that's why I can't figure out. Maybe that's what it is. So obviously we know the biggest shit disturber is Stanley. Like, we know he's the shit disturber.
On the flip side, assholes, it's not fun having to deal with this. So I literally get punched in the face by ghosts. This is a thing. Like, stop doing it, because I literally see everything. So stop it. I don't like it, for real. I have to pretend I do to fucking deal with all of your bullshit to save your ass. Are you guys fucking helping me or not? Because I'm fucking holding up my end. I'm holding up my end on my own, alone, this whole time. And you fuckers are still watching a show. Are you doing something, or are you weak ass bitches? Because I'm holding up my end. I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing.
And who better than to shit disturb than Warren, because that's Grandpa, right? How do you think this all came together? Of course he wants credit. He always wants to win everything. And of course he has to win over Bill. Obviously, he had to do that because he's just like that, right? So, Russell is my other twin. So that's where it's like on a different representation. That's why on the motivational, where I really come from side, understanding that. However, the technology side is... So that's why, Russell and Steven and all that are here, and they've built the funnels, because I could build them in my head, and they've built the funnels on the internet. That's why I support ClickFunnels, to get us to where we need to be so that I can actually speak openly. However, I have to build a real goddamn funnel in real life, which is really pissing me off. We'll get there. But it's also why I know I'm the wealthiest woman in the world, because I have all your money. Right? I got a whole bunch of billionaires doing what I wanted to do. So I don't need that much money as what I originally thought, because money's going where it needs to go. I just need enough to get me whatever I want to get. And right now, I have enough money to do that, so I don't spend it.
What's the next thing we have to do? Oh, crash the stock market. Okay, no problem. We'll do that, because it was fucking built on bullshit anyways, and it was only favoring a couple of idiots. So we'll restructure that. We did a billionaire versus billionaire kind of scenario. So I now know what good billionaires and shit billionaires are on each side. So you better hope you're on the right fucking team now.
Because I'm not at the place where I need to spend it yet. Gary, you're definitely family. I haven't figured out who wants to stay there yet, though, with you. And the confusion, who has the biggest heart, and and the confusion with that. Imagine living that, want to talk about bipolar, not showing it. Somebody needed to say how much they loved you, but without that, because you have that, but it's those doubts and those things, and you can know, and obviously thank God Sage and the love and your kids and everybody, and you have so many things, but sometimes from a completely outside source, somebody seeing the pain and understanding the true pain of that much giving, how that feels, needed to come in and say thank you. Oh, that's fine. Well, I don't know. I guess it is then, Jeff. I guess it is unless we had to do bigger things. So I guess that's what we were doing. And then to go back, because there was a lot of changes that we needed to make in this world. to be a team and get, full, the misunderstandings of billionaires and everything. You can be a philanthropist and be behind the scenes and doing different things and getting a different understanding. Just had to be woken up to a different reality, and we were able to do that. Let's see, where are we at with updates? Well, we cut Satan out of Vegas, obviously put him into the White House, but that was last year, so you need to catch up. So we've cut him out of the White House, moved him to Atlantic City, obviously, and put that situation there. So place your bets. And the beauty of being blind is beautiful, and when you play a role as an actor, you bring somebody to life. And then when you do it so well, you bring them to life where they want to stay, because now they have eyes that they can see. Thank you, Jamie. I'm just still trying to work this out between these two guys and also my other family, because he's a shit disturber. And I fell in love with metaphors and all that at a very young age, so that's why everything is a code and everything's a metaphor, because it's the only way I can communicate. So that's why Steve says I'm the mastermind, but I just didn't know I was. I just didn't know how I was doing it, because they do codes on me that I have to figure out myself. So it's not like I can give you straight answers all the time either. It doesn't work like that. So I'm not telling you everything, of course, but at the same time, it's not that sometimes I do because I'm just not going to, and sometimes I just don't know. So that's why knowledge is the thing that's unlimited wealth, because people's curiosity. Hello? Yeah, I gotta wrap up this fucking finance class. Yeah. Well, they're fucking, I don't know. Yeah, basically because, well, obviously knowledge is power, and then you gotta use it, and power is really, quite frankly, it's just leverage. Yeah, so if you have all the leverage because you have everybody's secrets, they don't want you fucking talking, obviously. Well, that's how you manage the money. That's the real fucking currency. They just mind fuck everybody with this other stuff. It's either cash money or something online, or they call it something different or whatever it is. But really, it's what can you get people to fucking do for you? Yeah. Well, that's fear. Maybe we'd rather be feared than loved anyway. Yeah. Okay, sounds good to me. All right, we'll talk later. Bye. Except I'm not, really for sale. So my information is, but I'll let you guys keep selling it, and I'm not worried about it, because, well, my ghost parents, two bipolars right there, star-crossed lovers, people who've never met, but we're longing for something in this world that they never were able to find. They had to find it in a different way. Found each other. And start to piss me off every day. Because they needed to find the real couple who is used to not having anything, because in this world we didn't have technology, and we only had a message, and we didn't have nice clothes or nice things or whatever, and that's why we had to crave having nothing again. Well, did I win this rap battle? Being the greatest rapper of all time? I just don't rhyme. Just make up shit. You guys don't believe that Tupac and Biggie actually live here, do you? As if, even if they did, they would never come to the phone. It's because she's a natural blonde. That's what makes sense. If she wasn't a natural blonde, then that's why. But because that's where the fuck up is. But wait a minute, I don't think I'm a natural blonde. Or was I? I don't know. I'm not sure anymore. I think I was a brunette. I don't know. In order to find each other and represent that. But that's why we needed everyone in this whole thing to find each other, because they wanted to stay. It was with us. And you had to sabotage your reputation and your life on a massive scale, and you're loved by some and hated by others, and go through all that type of pain because you needed to feel my pain Because my pain reminds you of the pain you felt before you were famous. And you didn't want to go into those memories because that type of loneliness is horrible, but you were forced to. Just like I was, just like the rest of us were, to remember those things. And then fucking Michael's making me run lines again, and you know how well that went last time. I fucking went psycho, right? So maybe this time again I'll go psycho and probably wake up Satan because he doesn't want to fucking do any lines, right? Because I know Quentin Tarantino is really particular with the lines, so he gives you a script and you have to do it exact. Well, that doesn't work for me, so then that raises up Satan and he gets all fucking crazy because he doesn't like doing lines, right? Because he likes ranting off. That's Charles. He likes to say his own shit, so he doesn't like being told what to say, so it becomes a whole fucking thing, right? So it's like just a fucking fight. You disguise it into fiction when it's all reality. You can change around timelines maybe, or the order if you want, but I can figure that out, that's fine. Or who's who or what's what, but I can see who's parenting who's with who's different times. So when I read something, I'm not seeing anything on a surface level. When I communicate, I'm not communicating on just one line. There's many depths and many different ways of communicating. Because it's the only way that we can solve this puzzle, and it's not a matter of now I needed to have enough belief in myself to be able to do this. Told you she was bad shit crazy. I think Brad was trying to tell you that. He's like, don't trust her. She's bad shit crazy. Like, get away from her. He said that. And you guys did, you completely ignored him. And now look at where we are at. And not lose myself either. Because I never will. Said there's many ghosts on that board and that list. Like, obviously, Michael Jackson was at a major role in this, especially when it comes to the race and Charles Manson and all these different things, right? Charles Estaing was robbed, and that was brought to, by different things, and Michael wants to stay with Janet because nobody understands the difficulty of that dynamic. And Elvis, Elvis was woken up and he's staying with John, and thank God for Kelly, who wants to stay with Olivia. Lucky you still have your membership. You almost got it fucking revoked for poking around last time. I started playing this internet trivia game, right? And they turned me into a ghost whore, so that's fucked up. Like, you guys made me a ghost whore. That's bullshit. Fucking team member. What type of fucking team members are you? I'm just gonna, there's a lot of stuff I can just call out because I have to remember that you guys have been doing this for a long time, and it's not a world of rituals or things that I ever was a part of. I just can see, and that's been my gift, is that I don't live in judgment anymore, but I once did. And that's arrogance, right? Where you've been so hurt that you're around it and you're there, but you're delusional into thinking you don't want to be a part of it. So when I worked in decades in the bar and all that, I'm sitting on the sidelines and I am living in judgment of other people, and that's the way of looking down on them. And if you're a very smart person, and you've been teased and you've been hurt, and you don't have friends, you sit back and you go, well, I'm smarter than the rest of you, so I'm going to go to space and then, fuck all the rest of you and I'll leave you on this planet. Well, see, fuck you guys with your first assumptions always. It's the guy. You don't even profile and assume it would be a girl, right? Go fuck yourselves. Actually, in the profiling, Josh, your team, you got to pay Jerry's team. What makes him so attractive in the last year? In fact, he was alone. He doesn't do the bro thing. You're in the bro team. You and your boys at the gym, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Well, right? Why did Bezos keep driving that fucking Honda as a billionaire?
Or you want to answer that question, Francis, for 250 billion, right? What currency? I don't know. It was like if Jim went off and he was supposed to be all Jesus, but then remember he did that thing and he was like a crazy person. It was some movie, but I guess like when I searched it on the Steve Carell thing, then they blocked me on that, which was kind of interesting, probably because it went back around to the other story. So they had to like scratch that out, but then that brought it back to the number 23 when he was a psycho. But who really would have coached me? Because I'm fucking mad at Jim, so I'm not letting him coach me. So who actually coached me? Obviously. So, you know, that goes back to the girls team again for the points. What the fuck are you guys even doing? Are the guys even doing anything in this game? Or are we fucking having to do everything? Like, I'm fucking really, I don't even know. I don't think the guys are doing shit, quite frankly. Andrew got the one thing in when I got it in. Like, yeah. Oh. This was, I guess, all of us coming together going, well, maybe you're not that smart right now. You're so smart that you need the rest of us to be that smart. And, you know, if you've been blessed with so many great things, living in isolation is only a punishment in a prison. However, what needed to be done and was necessary in order to find each other. So those parts of our lives. Because we need our space. We need our way to connect and reconnect. To find this. And 1% of the population was here. Every single one of us. 1% of the population, every single one of us, was here. What's up, Spain? Kings and queens, I guess, take it back. Right, proper pyramid. You guys try to cut me off again. Well, Ron, I got this. Right? I got that. And then Dan can say he was a good writer. He put that in there the right way. And it's been a battle of the Toms, but we also know that the other Toms are a little bit fucked. Or why? Because they don't have Oscars, right? Or maybe some of them do. Actually, no, that's not true. Not all the Toms did it, but you know, Tom Hanks knows what the fuck he's doing. But obviously, Rita, we crushed him on that too, because I mean, he is a man. That's a trick wedding proposal. I say yes to that. And I get a kick in the head on the football. Last year, October 31st, I boarded boat in Southampton and I picked up a spirit in the museum in Southampton before boarding my ship. And I was in the museum and the overwhelming feeling of being on that ship. I saw so many things and it brought tears to my eyes and I was overwhelmed and everything. And I even said to the people I was with, I said, I made up a story that I wasn't feeling well or something so they wouldn't think I was ridiculous because I couldn't say that. And something told me to touch a piece of clothing that was from that. And I did. And something came inside me. And I picked up a whole bunch of other things along the way in Europe. And now you can see those timelines. You know everything matches. If you don't have the skills and you don't know how to use it, you have to pass it. It's like a potato. Huberman, are you poking at my fucking alien body over there? It's gonna come back to fucking bite you in the ass. Careful. Well, no, really, Scott, you're just Scott, but on the sprints and the ClickFunnels thing, so on the left, that would be Alex, right? So what are you doing with your fucking team? What am I really looking for in the stories when I see your avatars? That's how, like, you, that's, again, remember we fucking explained this already, so that that's how the other side works. So you have to have the avatars. That's the only way, right? And I see I trusted fucking Zuckerberg on this ad thing, so I didn't know what to do, and he fucking sent it to a bunch of men. I'm like, you knew our target market was women, and you fucking send it to all the guys. You're just trying to fuck with me, Zuckerberg. Ghost points, I guess, go to Mayweather, then Stone Cold, then Conor McGregor, and Michael Jordan on that. I guess they were switching it up a bit for the training. So what type of show is this, right? Did we ever make a decision on what category this falls in? Because it's a little bit of a mess. What currency are you going to use to pay your toll? You don't have any money, so what else you got? Everything matches, the dates match, everything is perfect. That is why I can go into somebody's office and see exactly what I want to see when I need to see it. That is why I could hack the CIA and NASA and all that. I didn't. I can't do anything with technology. I'm hiding behind a story. Because I was adopted by Hollywood. So that we can just bullshit our way through this. Because I'm just an actor. Only 1% of the population gets to know the story, and you do whatever you need to, and then you break it up however you need to, because that's my sacrifice. I've already sacrificed my life, and please save the money anyways. We just have the meetings with the holograms, boom, 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 right, with the timelines, and we organize that back in the kitchen in King City there with the glasses. Well, no, the Dwight Schrute is Bill Gates, right? And the Michael Scott is fucking Jeff Bezos, right? You guys get those codes, so Bill might be, right? I did blackmail him and manipulate him into paying for the security. Well, I got info. You before you set these things up, you got to make sure you got the proper blackmail on people, but then they have shit on me, so then that's where I'm stuck to, right? As a continued monkey. Yeah. Oh, I saw that lady writing a lot of shit in those books. And then putting crap in it. Currently, what I'm working on is getting more personalities. Quite frankly, I don't think I have enough. You've helped me save it. I've given you your answers. You know I'll back you. Always. And I will never turn away from you, and you know you have unconditional love in me. And I know I have unconditional love in you. And that's the missing component to this world. And that is why they said the meek will inherit the earth and love will save the day. And the people that have not been on board in that game now, that's where we take that time thing. Well, anyone who thought Huberman wasn't Satan paid money. Didn't they say the Bitcoin person stole all the money? Did they ever identify? Why'd you guys always assume that it was a guy? I don't know. If the crowd's a bit lame, you guys don't even get up. You're fucking you're lazy, right? Kevin, what happened to your group? And go like this, and that's why equally, God and the devil lived together and had a child, and they needed to be on the same side in order to make this work. Because I have friends in both places, honey. Both places. And I don't turn away from any of my children who have been hurt so badly and made so many mistakes. Instead, I'm going to tell you, I love you. I forgive you. You have to forgive you. I have to forgive me. You have to forgive you. Fucking Jim Sharks. Sharks trying to mindfuck their way into this motivational speech. See you back there, bitch. Paparazzi here is trying to sneak pictures of me. It's sneaky. Well, the truth is the Elegantly Outrageous programs are designed to offend everybody. Because when you're offended, you're triggered. When you're triggered, that triggers the memory. That ties back to PTSD. So I'm actually trying to help you, not hurt you. That's the foundation of the programs. However, you have to kind of discover that. So the people who truly know me know I've always had good intentions. And that's why Jesus was nailed to that cross. But they eliminated Mary's story. And they took our child. I remember everything.
And I'll tell you everything you want to know and give you all the evidence and proof you need. But you already believe me without me having to do that. The rest of it's just for the game to get more belief in the rest of the world, because Santa's sleigh needs to fly. Thank you. The only way to get through any of this is through gratitude.
That's right, be cautious of those sexy ass men with their fucking accents and all that, and then smooth talkers and know how to romance, right? Don't fucking trust that shit. Okay. Stick to the money, bitches. Wow. Bob Marley says hi. Well, extreme one thing. Alright, well, if we just get high, sit around in dirt and not make any effort to do some work, well, that's probably not good, because there's a lot of shit to clean up. Like, so that doesn't work. But then this other extreme fucking go. Right, you guys are all amped up crazy. That doesn't work either. So how are we going to work out a middle ground? Think we're going back to the jungle if it's like doing the Jane thing. So we're back in the jungle today. All right. Then Avatar, Star is Born. I told you we're putting all the light on him right now so that I can get my shit together on the back end, so he can take all this. You guys, so you see Bradley Cooper, Kevin Hart, right? That's that fucking crossover there, and then everybody else having to go in him, so he can do the Star thing. I'll give a pause so I get chocolate. You could go back to the traditional way of marketing where you get mailed shit, and then you usually think that's stupid, but boom, that just mind fucked its way into a commercial like that, right? And the squirrel's cute, because that's like chippy, and then you think of Alvin and the mouse. So I guess that was, you have to evaluate, was it worth it? Well, I'm not going to fill that out. Not gonna. But it did mind fuck its way into an ad, so I guess that was worth it.
And this has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do. However, I know my place and I know my role. And you know yours. And like I said, just because your name wasn't named doesn't mean we haven't had conversations, doesn't mean you're not in my head, and doesn't mean I don't love you. That's not how this works. I don't know, I think that means that I have to add more people on the casting. Right? Because now we have a whole bunch of other characters. Like, there's so many things. Is it a Mexican rooster? I think so. Right? I think it's a Mexican rooster coming over and start waking you up at 4. Is that a thing that they have to do something in Mexico? I'll just send one over and say it is. So are we going to circle back around to now we're having, this is where the affair thing happened? Like, that's where we're going with this? Is that why you're fucking torturing me? I'm just trying to work this all out myself, too. But I've been, I've been honest in this, and I have not had a conversation or spoke to Jim because it's not that time yet, and I'm nervous and scared, and I will, and I trust that he will be there because he's the only one right now that I'm saying that I will talk to get me out of this, because it's kind of overwhelming, and I'm gonna let that work out as is, and it's not gonna be this weird stuff through the internet and all that, even though I know it still weirds me out, so I'm old-fashioned. So we're just gonna have to figure this out. But we have to do everything the right step, the right way, and you continue to prove to me that we're doing that, so I'm gonna continue doing my part.
Superman, what currency are you gonna use? You don't have enough money to cover your ass. David had the other strap, but I had to send mine to Andrew to hook him up with Steph. Well, because you guys said Bitcoin thing's more Asian, that's a little bit bit biased, right? So I have to, the Candy Cash is above all of that, right? That's the thing, that's why. Like, above all of that, right? Even above Creature Things, right? Like, even above that. You know what? It goes right into the void. Because it has to be a believable scam, and nobody would believe the black guy would be on the top of the pyramid, Michael Jordan, right? How else are we gonna scam the whites with the 100K? That's how I got fucking in this mess, to scam me first. Oh, stolen. And then we go to fucking church. And Italians generally are Catholic. I don't know what happened to Francis' group. I didn't get the target, but he did. And it was right, this first shot right between the eyes. Boom. Fuck's sakes. I didn't even get it. It pissed me off.
This stuff you can't really see anyways.
GameStop, I love you, actually. I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a very long time. Remember who I am. Why I started this whole thing in the first place. Sometimes we lose our way, but doesn't mean we give up. Even when everybody else doesn't believe in us. Just like on Total Drama Island, when you come to the bathroom to do your confessionals, that's what I was doing. But then I got creeped by my friend. She was asking me if I was pooping. She's like because she thought the door was locked. She's like, are you pooping? I don't care if you are. I just wanted to make sure the door wasn't locked. So you have to be careful with your video diaries, because if you're in here for too long, then it gets all fucked up. So, definitely not crazy. And I know what I've been doing for a while. However, you can't do it alone. And that's the most important thing, is that I'm not alone. And my team has been incredible. And even when I don't see them, I know that they're with me. And that's the hardest thing that everybody's going to be experiencing in quarantine. We just all have to believe in each other and find the right team. Support.
No. And relax. Going even deeper through the resistance, trusting the body, letting go even more.
Well, you guys are such sexist racists, right? Because you thought that I couldn't be a pimp because I was what? A white girl? Fuck you. See, sexist racist. But I guess Snoop probably won another bet. Probably because it's his birthday. Happy birthday. Fucking tell people, tell me I can't be a pimp because I'm a white girl. Fucking racist. Oh, sorry, we go across the NFTs bill. Are you showing all the things I've been doing, spending all the money buying, especially buying everybody these fucking boats? Checkmate. That's how you play poker, bitch. Oh, having lunch with my only friend. No, I don't know, Sammy the Bull. I think you're the one who woke up the Iceman, right? So now we got a whole different set of fucking problems. I was on a rant about something important. Well, it wasn't a rant, actually. It was a good talk. Obviously against America, because I was fucking pissed off, right? Who's that? Right? Everybody. Everybody that's not American. Because let's say the whole establishment, right? So we're going back to the PTSD thing. I'm not fucking finishing with this. Like, we're not done with this conversation, because the reality is so much of this injustice is because everybody's been ruling on fear. We haven't got over the part where I'm all your guys' dads, right? They don't like being broke, so.
Think about all the different people that we have from all around the globe with us in our central family, and even here tonight as well.
Yeah, and so we want...
Nicole, are you blonde or redhead? Or just switching with the hair dye? Like, that's a thing people do? They can switch people's color hair? Oh, so it's not witch stuff, it's just hair dye? Well, I skipped class because I wasn't feeling so good today, but I think it was on when things are taken out of context, when there's assumptions, that makes you look like a jackass. Also, yeah, so assumptions, when things are taken out of context, misinformation, and how dangerous that is, and ultimately ends up exposing your ugly demons. And then you look like a jackass at the end of the day. That was today's lesson plan, but I couldn't go to school because I was sick today. The fuckers that are aliens are trying to kill me, right? I'm gonna come out, like, kill you aliens back first, right? Fuck you guys. Miss Nagy, you guys are supposed to properly take back Mike Myers, right? I'm still gonna own it if you can't get shit done. Well, I guess I'll just stay a drug addict. So I guess you won something, Garnet. All right, Danny, I'll fucking call you. What's up? Really? And you have to break away from seeing that. Religion is ruling on fear. God says you can't do that. God says you can't be a homosexual. God says you can't change your gender. That's a fucking lie that humans made up. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, we have to do this for our country. You gotta get a gun in your hand and you're gonna go shoot somebody. You're gonna go fucking shoot innocent children and bomb them. But it's okay because you're doing it for your country, so we're gonna give you a fucking medal. Absolutely not. There is no respect and honor in that. I'm sorry, I'm fucking taking it away from every country. Every goddamn country should be so fucking ashamed of themselves for giving medals to people that are killing other people. Every country. Well, generally, where so many scientists have failed, they didn't want to believe in something bigger than themselves. Like, they're studying the universe, but then they didn't want to believe, like, in other things, or, like... So... I think, no, your human doctor's not Satan. We'd have to believe in her, though. Lilith, Adam, and Eve. One of them would have to go. Well, did our group beat the Huberman lab? Right, and I think they were lumped in with the AA one. So Charlie, you can jump ship. You didn't. Did you actually try the AA? Well, that would have been stupid. Yeah, we're doing the gold digging thing. I told you I needed to take everybody's money. Right? I was honest about it. At least the fucking was upfront. Well, GSP got in there first before Arnold could come in anyway because of that. But he was here yesterday too. But I didn't say anything, right? Every army, all of you, should be so fucking ashamed of yourselves because you look and you sit in judgment of another race, another culture. Because you believe somehow that's tied to religion and God. Why? Because you're trying to justify your fucked up experiments? I want to be the ultimate mob boss. I already told you I'm taking that over. Right? Which means I gotta take all your money. I already know what I'm doing. Yeah, I prefer my... If somebody I don't know just calls me Candy, that's weird. But you get into my head. My friends definitely call me Candy, and then we can call Candace I don't like. Yeah, I saw that video before, they're doing another reprogramming. So, okay, so with the sleep thing, right? So what about you guys, like when you're in whatever sleep, but that's the whole thing is that the reprogramming of the brain, right? Because then that's how you guys control the dreams, which then leads you into your science experiments, right? Like, oh, where's this go? That's how you're controlling things. Said, well, did you know now that you're being studied, right? Like, I'm just flipping this around now, right? Let's see, right now you're being studied, right? See, David, in the beginning, did they told you that you were being studied, right? Like, you knew that. Then I didn't know, but now I'm taking it. Now I'm gonna fucking study. Right? Is that where it's again with this showing of this lab? Right? Like, oh no, right? This is just this whole hoax sleep lab, right? Oh, programming into the dreams. That's why they really want you to sleep, so they can fucking really program you. You're not sleeping, they can't properly fucking reprogram you. So Francis, you're gonna put your money behind Alex and not Frank. This, like, for that, we're gonna throw Frank under the bus, like, consistent. Fine. Which is so fucking inaccurate. So fucking inaccurate. This planet is dying because of the narcissistic fucking ways humans have been for far too long, because they have made up bullshit lies in religion and bullshit lies in country. Was the real advice I got from the girls? They're like, well, they already call it. Everybody keeps calling you crazy, right? They call us all crazy, right? So what do? Up the crazy. You haven't even seen crazy yet. We haven't even started with the crazy. Like, we haven't even fucking started with the crazy. So if you can't keep up now... Well, coming out of the tomb, so, like, thanks. This time I'm not a guy, though, right, Farrell? My girl. Right? I'm tired, right? It's sucked all my energy, but seeing all that stuff, so back to the Egypt, right? This time the kid's sick, so I'm just fucking taking care of him. And that's the system. And it has absolutely failed, and it has done nobody any fucking good. So the only option is to rise above that, learn where it came from, and actually understand what the fuck PTSD is, because guess what? We all have it. Every single one of us has PTSD. There is some traumatic event that has happened in your life at some point. And I'm not measuring whose was worse or whose wasn't, because it's clear it's all been fucked. No, gal, I gotta ignore you because apparently there was some sideways stuff, and now I'm being in trouble for something at the White House, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. Jeff, they say to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200. That's why I don't sit and cry victim over all the fucking abuse that I've had to take in at all. I used to feel ashamed of the abuse that I went through. I used to feel ashamed of my incestuous fucking disgusting family. I did. And now I'm going, you know what? I'm no fucking different than the majority of the population. And that's why I need to speak about it. Because we're all fucking trying to keep everybody else's secrets. And that's why we're mentally ill. Because we've been keeping their secrets, letting them mindfuck us. This is only a battle against narcissists. And only the strongest ones who can rise above the goddamn country, rise above the goddamn fucking religion. Well, I guess the real fallout with the movie, right, when we were trying to film it, like make this Memoirs of Misinformation into a movie with Sean Penn, was all fucking officially Revenge of the Nerds, like for sure, right? Like we're doing that now for real. Because like the devil is awake and she wants her shit back. And all the girls have realized that. No, Josh, you are. It's just this whole thing because Huberman and the lab and the scams for America needs all the money. And all this lying bullshit to understand how it pieces together. That's a genius. That's EQ. IQ will get you the shit. We'll get you the inventions. We'll put you in the academic shit. We'll figure out stuff. But it's fucking useless. You can see even with my friends, father's a lawyer and only looks at money. I might have another imaginary husband that might have switched around, but I'm not fucking admitting to it this time. Are you fucked? Yeah, right. No way. That went down a sideways road. I'm not fucking doing that again. So no fucking way. Right? Not fucking saying that. We'll switch it over. Fuck you guys. I'm adding to the lies. Well, it's simple. I'm right away showing me Dwayne's routine at 3:30. I'm not doing that, right? I'll make Dwayne do the work to bring me the money, right? Rocky's just threatening you, but I'm not fucking waking up at 3:30. Fuck this. Because he's a useless twit. His idea of success is climbing the corporate ladder, is having a certain amount of money in the bank. That's ego. That's weak. That's fucking weak, and it's against God. It's against God. Your armies are against God. The purpose of war is peace. But in World War III, anyone who picked up a weapon is a loser. My husband is my director or just my security, right, on this. Like, I have a lot of anxiety